Before you invest in a complicated, multiple-step skincare routine, these are the fundamental things you need to get right for healthy-looking, wrinkle and flake-free skin. I'm Badalia. I am a doctor based in the UK, and I am an internationally touring DJ, which means that I'm on stage a lot of the time, and having healthy, bright-looking skin is important for me and my confidence. Before we continue, it's important to mention that none of the advice in this video is individualized medical advice for you. For personalized advice, it's important to speak to a qualified healthcare professional. Okay, let's go back to basics. So the skin is the biggest organ in the body. It's formed of multiple layers, and within those layers, there are a number of different structural components, including proteins, collagen, and elastin, which are responsible for its shape, preventing wrinkles, as well as molecules which draw water in, allowing the skin to appear more hydrated. Look, a skincare routine is important because it's a way of applying products externally to our skin, but there are other factors from within that we can change to give us long-lasting healthy skin. Number one, and I'd say this is probably the most underrated tip, is to hydrate well with water. 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day for most adults is good. The reason being is that skin contains a good amount of water and is responsible for the skin looking plump, wrinkle-free, and it promotes optimal cell function. Our skin is made up of lots of cells, and for cells to work, it needs water. The problem with dehydrated skin is that the skin is then going to be prone to flaking, dryness, it'll be more susceptible to irritants. And on that note, avoid alcohol because alcohol is dehydrating and doesn't make our skin look healthy. Number two, this is overlooked a lot as well, is to have a good amount of high quality sleep. The number of hours we sleep is very important, but the quality of that sleep is even more important. Most healthy adults need around 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and this is a period of time which allows the skin cells to regenerate and repair. If you think about when you've got a cut on your skin, it takes time for those skin cells to heal. Most of that happens overnight. Our skin is our body's protective barrier from the environment, which means that it does get damaged when we're out and about. So this sleep time is when our skin cells can recover. People who don't sleep very well do tend to age more. Number three, you need to manage your stress levels properly. People who have high levels of stress over a long period of time tend to have elevated levels of cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone in our body. It goes up normally when we feel stress, but when it's elevated for a long period of time, it can cause a number of different health problems, including damaging and breaking down the collagen and elastin in our skin, which is responsible for its structure. Also, when you're stressed, some people are more prone to getting acne, breakouts, and rashes like eczema. I find personally that when I am stressed, tired, overworked, not looking after myself, my skin doesn't look as healthy. Number four is to use sun protection. Sunscreen is important, but also wearing hats when you're out and about and it's sunny shades your face from harmful UVA and UVB sunlight rays. It's an easy way to look fashionable, but also to protect your skin on your face. You can count sunscreen as part of a skincare routine, but it's also important to mention within this video as well. The reason being is that UVA and UVB sunlight rays damage the DNA within our skin cells, causing mutations. And when these mutations happen, it puts our skin cells at risk of cancer. And these cancers can be very harmful, if not deadly, to individuals. And for other people, that damage can cause aging, it can cause dark pigmented spots, wrinkles, which just makes us look older. Number five, I know it's tempting, but you need to stop touching your face throughout the day. When you're sat doing nothing, it's easy to put your hand on your chin, hand on your face. It can be comforting. But the downside is that it's a prime opportunity to transfer bacteria from your surrounding onto your face. And when that bacteria goes on your face, it's going to clog up your pores and cause breakouts. It also means that if you've got any products on your face, like a moisturizer or sunscreen, you might wipe them off and they'll become less effective. And in some people, it can even cause infections if you're carrying bacteria. Like I said before, your skin is a barrier to the outside world. So by touching it, you are actually interfering with that barrier. And number six, I would say that this is probably the quickest change you can make in your lifestyle that will give you the biggest returns for your skin health. And that is to focus on eating a healthy, balanced diet. What we put into our bodies does affect our skin. certain foods can trigger rashes. Certain foods can make our skins oilier, prone to breakouts. Some people react differently to different foods, but on the whole, you should be focusing on eating a diet rich in antioxidants, which means fruits, vegetables, minerals, and also foods that have fatty acids, which help draw water into our skin cells, meaning our skin looks more hydrated and has more elasticity. I personally find that if I'm eating lots of sweets, pizzas, I get breakouts within like a day or two. And look, I'm not saying to cut those foods out. I'm saying just be mindful of those. And on the whole, your diet is balanced. Personally, I try and stick to the 80-20 rule, which means 80% of the time, I stick to these healthy habits and these foods. Whereas 20% of the time, I allow myself to stray from those, maybe eat some chocolate, some sweets, some pizza, whatever I fancy. Look, I'm not saying you should not have a skincare routine. What I'm saying is get these things right. Look, I'm not saying don't have a skincare routine or products. I definitely think you should. What I'm trying to say is get these fundamental lifestyle tips implemented because they will provide a foundation for healthy looking skin. What we consume and how we behave day to day, the choices we make, arguably have a much greater effect than what we apply on our skin day to day. So make sure you're doing these things in conjunction with a skincare routine. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button below so that it gets pushed up the algorithm. Subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos to do with lifestyle tips, productivity tips, being successful and balancing multiple successful careers, and to see my personal skincare routine that I've been following whilst I've been on holiday. Make sure you check out this video on screen here, and I'll see you there.